I was only 2, taken away through CPS because I was getting abused a lot by my mom.
There was physical abuse. My aunt hitting me and my siblings and always telling us lies about my family, just trying to make us hate the family that we came from.
I felt like I'd failed my children, I'd failed myself, I'd failed God, and I really didn't have anyone that I could turn to. Except Peach has.
Presbyterian Children's Homes and Services has grown significantly over its 100-year-plus history. Started out as an orphanage, caring for children in the old orphanage model, but over these years we've come to create what we describe as a continuum of care. We offer group homes for children, a single-parent family program, foster care, we have adoption services, we have child and family services, and then we provide educational services for children. We're about offering children and their families a chance to move from despair to hope, to envision and actually create a plan to move toward a better future for themselves.
I have to just say that it was fortunate. It was God's grace that got us placed in the home. I have good memories of living there. There were influences in my life that carried over from the children's home. The lady who was the matron at the smaller boys' cottage kept us pushing ahead to things that were useful and what we could accomplish, and essentially became our foster mother even after she left the home. And we had a connectedness somewhere. We didn't feel like we were just drifting out there, just filled with gratitude.
Across the country, there are over 500,000 children who find themselves in this type of need. Most of these kids come from a fairly unstable family, and they have experienced abandonment, abuse, rejection. But we also have highly qualified, clinically trained staff who are experts in their field, working with foster families. Unsung heroes in every one of our communities in Texas step forward to open their hearts and their homes to welcome these children to become a part of their family, to not only take care of the physical needs, but also to work with the emotional trauma that these children experience so that they truly can receive hope and healing.
The first day I got here, I didn't want to leave. I wanted to stay here. I've been here for 9 months now. It's way better than everything that I've gone through. I feel more safe here than I mostly do anywhere else. Really thankful for being here because there's a lot of support to help me here. I'm not suffering anymore at all.
We do adoption and foster care related to that. We work with women who have unplanned pregnancies, and some of them will end up placing their children in adoption. If they decide to parent, we help them getting their lives back together. But a lot of our foster care is turned towards what we call foster to adopt, which means families who want to adopt are willing to be licensed as foster homes. There are a lot of children waiting for adoption that have gotten hung up in the system, and so this is part of the prevention of that, is to have children in situations where we don't have to find a family down the road, don't have to move them around. Heidi and Oscar came to us wishing to adopt children, so they were licensed as a foster home, but with the goal of adopting children. So they now have 3 children that are siblings.
I really do believe PCHAS is doing a wonderful job. They taught us how to be a good parent, and they're continuing to do that job not only for ourselves, but for other families.
I think it's their expertise as professionals, but it's also their compassion. They help you to accomplish your goal. They don't try to use you to accomplish their goal.
One of the programs that I supervise is the Child and Family Program. We work with children that still live in their own homes rather than a residential home. And we have child and family specialists, and we do a holistic assessment with that family. We don't just look at their finances. We look at their physical health, what are their psychological needs, what are their medical needs, what are their spiritual needs. Provide services to that family, possibly counseling, life skills, to help that family stay together in one unit rather than split them up.
26 years old, single mother, 3 kids, but they weren't receiving the emotional support that they needed because I was emotionally unstable. My parents didn't teach me the life skills that I needed. There was a lot of alcohol abuse and drug abuse and a lot of fighting, and it was extremely overwhelming. I got to the point where I couldn't take it anymore. I locked myself in my room. I wanted to die. Peach House made all the difference. I'm pretty sure I would have given up. Thanks to Peach House, I'm still here. I have my kids back. I have a wonderful man in my life. The kids are doing great. There is help out there from good people who really care and can make all the difference.
Our number one goal is to keep children in their families, if that's possible. Hopefully the children never have to be placed out of their home. But in the cases where they do, we have group homes for children where they can live, but at the same time we're working intensely with that child and their family to try to help them resolve conflict, to resolve relationship issues that led to their breakup in the first place, so that they can be back together.
I was using drugs every day, and Josh didn't know if I would be there when he got home from school. He was left to parent himself a lot. There was no stability at all in his life. He couldn't have friends over. He didn't know if I was going to be passed out. He used to ask me for a normal family, a normal life. CPS had intervened, and they were about to step in and terminate my rights permanently, which meant that Josh would have been in foster care until he was 18. James and Amanda truly love him, and he loves them too. He got a normal family. He was getting the things that he needed as far as parenting and love, the stability that I couldn't give him. I think that's the miracle of this program.
Most of the solutions that people need are already within themselves. And so we are not about giving handouts. Still hold them accountable to their behavior, but we do it in the context of a loving, caring relationship with them. And it's made all the difference.
Peach House was very family-oriented. It was like living in an actual family with like brothers and sisters, and then Amanda and James was like our mom and dad. They encouraged us to keep getting good grades in high school so that way we could go to college. And then if we attend college and we make good grades and pass all our classes, when we graduate, they would pay off the loans, they would pay off tuition. But if we didn't, then they wouldn't pay for it, we'd have to pay for it ourselves. So that's just a way of showing us that we need responsibility and we need to learn how to take care of problems ourselves. I feel extremely thankful for coming here in the first place because I know it changed a lot about who I am.
Peach House offers a relatively new program called our Single Parent Family Program. It's very unique in that it offers a powerful opportunity for a mom and her children to come into a home that we have where there are multiple bedrooms so that several moms and their children can live under this one roof. With us coaching them and helping them, they begin to create what we call a family plan, and they truly begin to envision that home that they'll live in, that they'll create after they leave our program.
It is not about the house you live in. It is about the people who love you and surround you and take care of you no matter what. The fact that you belong and someone is never ever going to give up on you.
Because I chose to come live with Peach House, I feel like I know the difference between a house and a home. In a home, you really grow to love the people you live with. And I feel like I've grown to love them too.
God has a plan for all these kids that find themselves in such crisis, and that plan is the Christian family, supported by a community of faith, love via relationships that, through God's Spirit, transforms, heals, and truly provides long-term hope.
I still get extremely excited, extremely passionate about this work because I have seen firsthand how much change people can make when they're given the right opportunities.
To me, it's a calling. It's something that I feel like I was called to do a long time ago, because we truly are helping people change their lives.
Although I do have my real family, I go and visit them all the time. I always make sure I create time to see, some of the volunteers that are still here, their family.
I go back just about every year at homecoming in June, and it's amazing that the program can continue and expand and take in more children who need it, and I'm all for it.
We get to see each other pretty often. We get to have an overnight visit. We get to do that about once a month. I can't put into words how grateful I am for that. I know he's okay.
Thanks to Peach House and Beverly, I now have skills to be a good mom. I'm looking forward to raising my kids and being in a family, because that's all I've ever wanted. The future looks bright.